Alrighty, lumberjacks, welcome to a mod release video. So I'm doing kind of a new style of mod release videos. Before I was just releasing these kind of cool videos with a song playing, kind of the machine operating, but I'm starting to get some really nasty copyright hits from YouTube on some of the music that we had. So I've decided to just kind of go back to showing you guys the machines as they come out and giving you kind of a demonstration. Kind of showing it off and what it is. So going forward, you'll be seeing these new mod releases as they come out. I'll be giving you guys a little demonstration. So today we're looking at the new Grapple saw. So this is basically just one of the old loaders that we gave this nice John Deere green looking color. Again, there's no names on them or anything, so you can pretend it's whatever you want. So it's basically just a Grapple loader. It's got the regular Grapple head on it, which is a fantastic head, and it's working great for most people. So the only difference on this one, it being a Grapple saw, now has a saw on the actual end of it. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen Grapple saws before, maybe in the old videos, maybe in your own logging experience. But basically a Grapple saw has the ability to chop logs as you're actually working, cut up pieces. You can even do massive bucks, like so if you're making piles, so I'll show you that in a second. So on all these machines, or at least all the new ones, these all have a manual saw on it. So it's basically a set thing in your controls that says Grapple saw. So I have mine set to my point of view up and down on my left stick. So that way you can drop the saw. Now you still have to turn it on just like the processor. So I do my left trigger, or if you hit the B button on your keyboard, it'll turn it on. You can hear it kind of faintly going there. The blade doesn't turn on it, but at least you know it's actually going based on the sound. Or if you look in the descriptor on your left-hand side, it will say, turn off machine type or whatever. So, like I said, it's pretty efficient at cutting. All you gotta do is lower it. You just gotta make sure you raise it back up again with your manual hand here. So we're just gonna grab a piece just for sampling. Again, this one's got a new style of cutting head on it, so it cuts really efficiently compared to the other one. The other saw you'd have to run up and down several times. This one, as you can see, cuts pretty good. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to make it so it creates any kind of sawdust or anything like that. Oops. You kind of get this kind of phantom cut, but it works really well if you're trying to cut pieces at a time. Again, what I use it for mainly is either doing individual pieces if I'm cleaning up, or one thing you can do if you really want to, you can grab multiple stems. For instance, so these are pretty big trees, but we'll grab this bunch here. So let's get over here a little bit. So for instance, if I wanted to cut through all of these, it cuts pretty efficiently. Sometimes once in a while you get one that gets kind of hung up. Like, you have to run it up and down kind of here and there. I mean, it's a really quick way to process if you really want to get the trees. See, like, sometimes you get one stuck like that, but you just got to kind of run it up and down. It's not the most perfect system in the world, but it cuts a lot better than the old one used to, that's for sure. Yeah, and then you can literally just keep pulling it up like this. Keep cutting your pieces however you want them. Great way to make some firewood. Great way to process. It's really fast processing. You just have to actually delimb the trees. One really quick way to do that is to use the delimber itself, which is pretty efficient. But as you can see, it cuts quite well. It's actually one of my go-to cutters now. Never used to be, but it is now. Anyway, so you can use it for that if you want to make big piles. And like I said, you can either just push the saw all the way up to the top and it won't cut anything, or you can just hit your left trigger or B button and turn it off, and that basically just goes right back to being just a grapple loader like it was before. So then you can load trucks, do whatever you want with it. This thing also has a very sharp angular head turn on it, so I'm just going to turn the light on. So this thing turns almost 90 degrees or higher for a head turn. So if you really want fired on, you can actually cut trees down this way by just running the saw through. Oops, you have to actually get kind of close there. Cut the tree here. There you go. Some of these trees are higher up here, so I still find the buncher to be much more efficient. But if you are needing to cut a tree, this thing will do it. Let's see if we can get the rest of this stump here. Yeah. Sometimes you have to fiddle around. Depends on the trees. I find the trees from Giant's like original game are a lot harder to cut than the trees in my maps just because of the placement, but you know, they all fall. You can basically use this thing as a buncher if you really want to. I still find the buncher, like I said, to be much more efficient, but like I said, it's up to you how you want to do it. The nice thing about this is now you have the ability to, you know, knock trees down, drag them back to a landing if you want, you know, buck them up further if you want the trees to have cuts in them. Unfortunately, it doesn't delimb them, so you have to manually delimb them either with a saw or with a delimber, or you can process them or whatever the case there as well. But yeah, like I said, it cuts pretty darn good, and I think you guys will have a little bit of fun playing with that. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a quick demo and show you how it works and what it's all about. I hope you guys have an entertaining time playing with it, because I had a lot of people requested for me to bring that back and make it better if I could. So definitely better than it used to be, and it should be a blast for you guys. So enjoy. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you guys like the content, subscribe. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.